Hi, I'm Polly Jean Harrison with the Fintech Times, and I'm here at Innovate Finance Global Summit. Would you like to introduce yourself for us, please?
Thomas Spanner, CEO and founder of ChargeChecks.
Amazing. And how are you finding the event so far?
It's brilliant, actually. We had a very good day yesterday. We're meeting lots of interesting people, similar spaces and different spaces. So it's been an eye-opener. It's our first same industry event that we've been to. Sometimes we target lenders and insolvency practitioners, but in the tech environment, it's been great to get to know other people in a similar space. So it's good.
Fantastic. Yeah. And so in your opinion, what are the major trends we're seeing in fintech currently?
Well, it's interesting. We've been seeing for a while, I think there's a lot more collaboration. And we've been seeing a lot of partnerships and different technologies merging together to create a better picture. And in our space, where we provide intelligence and data on borrowers and the securities and collaterals behind them, we've been able to provide more data as a consequence of that by bringing in other providers. So I'm actually pleased to announce that today we signed an agreement with the Vulnerability Register to get more data into them to provide a bigger picture to our users. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that. I think there's a lot of people in the space, not too many, but a lot can actually benefit by working together more. So that's what I'm going to see in the future, I think.
Fantastic. And so how much does consumer demand impact fintech and its growth?
Well, it's an interesting question. It's a fintech economy, isn't it? So consumer demand's going to be at least 33%, probably 50% of that. But I think at the moment we're seeing it's probably the busiest space of any sector in the world at the moment. So fintech, there's just so many people creating so many things within it. I think if the right demand goes to the right places, then obviously that's brilliant for those companies, but we're going to see a lot probably not capture the same amount of demand. So without collaboration, they might fall by the wayside. And I think at the moment, it's about capturing that consumer demand as early as possible before somebody else does, because other businesses aren't moving as fast as we are. So fintech's an incredibly fast space.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things we've heard a lot at this event has been, the Khalifa review and how we're 1 year ahead of its release last year.
Yeah.
What progress do you think has been made, and are there still any gaps that need to be filled in?
It's interesting. I was one of the founders that signed the open letter, and actually, looking back, I think in the space of a year, a lot's been done. I think it's quite hard to knock what's been achieved, and particularly governments tend to take a lot longer than other entities. So I think, we've seen CIFT. I think there's going to be an open visa coming soon. It's interesting to see a couple of departments here promoting us internationally, which very good for them to be here. So I think actually a lot's been done in only a year. I think that in politics world, that's a very short period of time. Can more be done? Yes. I think in our space particularly, probably more around regulation. I think that's a bit slow. I think we've highlighted some errors in compliance that actually could be served better by regulators above. And I think we're going to hopefully work with them. We've got some meetings later this month. And I think that space probably needs to work a bit faster. But actually, the Khalifa review has been a great benefit so far. John Glenn was here yesterday saying that they're going to bring more evidence into more legislation into crypto and other things, which means they're taking new technology seriously and not dismissing them anymore so quickly. So, I think it's been a great success in 1 year. I think it's been impressive, actually.
Amazing, fantastic. Yeah. And then, so in your opinion, what comes next? What is the future holding for the industry?
Yeah, I think we're going to see some mergers and some collaborations. I think without that, I think a lot of people might fall by the wayside, and I think that's a risk. There's just so many people fighting over the same sort of things. We're lucky at ChargeChecks that we're quite a unique offering, but there's so many other people that will either have to work together and share customers, or probably go away. And that's true of most economies, so there's nothing wrong with that. But I think it's bright. I think for the UK, all the focus seems to be on expanding us and taking over from San Francisco and wherever else. And I think that's brilliant. I think we've really pushing at the right time. So, yeah.
Amazing.
The future's good.
Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Thanks very much.